What is cracking, guys? JP here again, bring you another update of my 40-gallon reef tank. Now in today's update, I will mainly talk about nutrients and what's going on with my livestock. So as you can see, it's a little dirty as usual. This is what I usually see every day. I just clean the glass with my mag float and then feed the fish, check the corals, and that's it. But overall, I have done a few things. So first thing on nutrients, I have stopped dosing all amino acids. I have not dosed any of the extra supplements for about a month now, or basically 3 weeks or so around that time. Because what happened is before I was seeing a lot of results. When you dose amino acids, especially the Brightwell, you'll see like polyp extension. That's a good sign. But what kicked me in the butt is my corals were not really as colorful. They were not growing as quickly as I thought they would be. And some of the corals actually started to turn bad or go. I can see that once you keep these corals for many years, you know what is going on, if their health is poor or good or better. So what kicked me in the butt is one of the flesh of the torch, especially on the green side right here. There's a bunch of them. One of the flesh started to recede. I'm like, uh-oh. That's when I knew that something was going on. A few of the torches, they have some weird flesh deformities. I can see like some weird hard light white calcification on the flesh. So that's what changed me as different system. So about 3 weeks ago, I changed to dosing nitrates and phosphates. I got them from Greenleaf Aquarium. I followed one of the YouTube videos to do this testing, dosing then testing. So far so good. I have seen great results. I have ever kept this aquarium since I started. So that's a good sign. I guess I have been keeping my aquarium for about 0 nitrates or 0 phosphates. And I was using GFO, and that's when it really turns bad. Why I added more fish in the first place was to increase nitrates. But the problem with having more fish is you have more poop, more detritus, more cleanup. You won't have good balance of nitrates and phosphates. So it will get closer to the corals. The biggest improvement of the corals are basically my gold hammer right here. Even without dosing amino acids, it's more fluffier than ever. And the corals has been staying pretty well. All of my corals have basically improved since dosing nitrates and phosphates. In my tank, I am keeping my nitrates about 5 to 4 ppm or 3 ppm. Phosphates between right now is about 2 to 1. Oh, actually 0.2 to 0.1, not 2. That's overkill. So yeah. I'll show you where that flesh is started to recede. If you've kept torch coral for a long time, if your flesh are uniform, just straight away, so that's a good sign. But when you see something like that, if you can see on that torch, on the right side of that flesh, it's all the way to the very bottom right, but on the left side, it has moved up, so it's a little higher, and it was almost to the skeleton, basically of the head of the skeleton. That's when I noticed that it was starting to polyp bail out because the water either has not enough nutrients, too much flow, or have a lot of irritation. And I think it was because I don't have nutrients and I was overdosing amino acids that I could not test. Another deformities that you'll know is if you have low nitrates and phosphate or undetectable, and you dose a lot of amino acids, if you can see on that flesh, if you can compare, that flesh is very soft, very smooth. It's, there's no bumps to it. But on this flesh, you can see some white calcification that's kind of sharp, kind of diamond shape on the outside of the flesh. It's not smooth. That's when I noticed, like, I've never seen this before. Over the 4 or 5 years of keeping this torch, I never seen this anomaly. So as you can see right there, There's that white stuff again. And it's not like it's the skeleton or calcium. I don't know what's going on with that. So ever since I started dosing and stopped amino acids, I have seen less of that deformity of the flesh. So that's a good sign. Another thing is, ever since I started dosing, all my Pallies and Zoas really turbocharged, making a lot of babies. So that's a good sign. My green digi, all of my SPS has improved with no amino acids. So that's a good sign. If you look at it, right there on the middle, there's a little snub that's lighter than the rest of the green digi. And that is basically new growth in 1 week. That's really crazy and fast. I've never seen that before. My Monty is doing pretty well. More polyps on the coral. My green sunset Monty, I can finally see red. Oh my god, before I was only seeing green and green polyps. I only see red on the new growth. So yeah. My hammers, very fluffy. I have fragged a lot of them. If you can see, I have a little frag disc right there. All of my torches, some of them basically I fragged them out because they were growing so much that they were start to shadow each other. I still need to frag one out. As you can see right there, it start to getting shadowed. They're crazy. So there's a little side view. Now this is the 40-gallon breeder. I got wall-to-wall torch basically. Although they're branching, I know. Crazy. So that's a good sign. For the fish-wise, all my blue-green Chromis are doing pretty well. I do see that there is a dominant male, this guy right here, that guy. And I got a sub-dominant male on this guy. They kind of fight on and off, but the big one wins usually. But I know in the future, they might kill each other. I don't know. But they started laying some weird nest on my tank. They started to breed basically. I have a little white patches of the male egg nest. There's no eggs or fertilized egg yet, so that's a good sign. I don't intend to breed this fish. I don't have any phytoplankton or any kind of life support for the fish. My firefish are doing pretty well. I see them, even though they are very shy in nature, with these two couple, I see them chase this blue-green Chromis like there's no other. Like, get away! Oh my god, they can defend themselves against blue-green Chromis. So that's a good thing. Alright. My GSP definitely grows a lot of stuff. So let's move on what I am using. So, nutrients wise, here's my phosphates. Nitrates is potassium nitrate and monopotassium phosphates. Now for what I am doing is I'm 1 gram per 500 ml of the phosphates and 6 grams of the 500 ml of the nitrates. Now I started doing on January 23rd. I initially did 4 and 2, got some reading, and then 4 and 2, a little bit phosphates here and there. I wasn't, nitrates was stable at 4 ml every day, so I wanted to go a little higher. So I went up, turbocharged it on 26, turbocharged it, and finally got some 4 or 5 nitrate and 0.21 of HANA ppm of phosphates. Now I do need to make it maybe 0.1, but I think I'm happy with this right now. So right now, maintenance wise, I'm doing 2 ml of phosphates and 4 ml of nitrates. But I might increase that. I test every other day or every day basically and see what the result would be. So doing pretty well. Alright, so let's move on to the quarantine system. So right now I just have a 10-gallon in the basement. They are doing pretty well. The fish are definitely no ick, no velvet signs, so no fish losses, so that's a good thing. Alright, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep my 2 Royal Grandma. They're not a pair though, I'm not sure. My Bangay Cardinal, I got them separated. because his tail got bitten off. And I'll add them soon in about a week or two. They're still in Prezi right now for the second dose. It's kind of dirty because of the algae. I have changed the water about a week ago, so that's a good thing. Like I said, I have a small one and then I have a big one of Royal Grumma. So I don't know if they're a pair. They kinda fight on and off. They kinda lock with their jaw. They look like a vampire with their jaws open. So yeah, I might sell that one of them smaller one. All right, pretty good. So let's head back. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you like my little quick update here. And happy reef keeping. Adios. Where is he?